Hello and welcome to the local... I forgot it already. What's the point in living some jail kind of life? You're punishing yourself for being different. A day in the life to be me is strap in. Yeah, put the seatbelt on for a bit. It drives me. I'm just ready to go. I'm full of energy.
It's like a flywheel, isn't it? When it starts,
momentum is really hard to stop
Yeah.
when you have ADHD. Like, I really can hyperfocus. Some people live their whole life without ever having self-awareness, without being diagnosed, and just feeling shit.
unlimited amount of quick dopamine is available 24/7.
A lot of men have trouble with porn, coffee, alcohol, because it's accessible all the time. It's just addictive to everybody. Gratitude and creation are the two best things for combating like a downward spiral. If I woke up and I was a multi-millionaire, I'd still do the same thing. Creation for me is just the most beautiful thing. And a lot of people have self-doubt. It all comes down to imposter syndrome, thinking you're not good enough. That affects a lot of people. I'm really passionate about it.
Is it difficult to start?
A lot of people are scared to make a start. Just slow down a second. Just create. Look how simple it is just to get charcoal and put it on paper. My cat died and I loved him to pieces, right? I couldn't give a shit if anyone out there is like, oh, it's your cat. I love that guy, man. He was like my son.
Welcome to Local Voice Collective, the podcast that brings Bedford's voices together. It's your chance to discover the most exciting local projects, connect with entrepreneurs, changemakers, coaches, artists, consultants, and influential local people. And ultimately be part of a community that really supports and inspires each other. I'm your host, Andrew Gabriel. Let's dive in.
Getting loose
In what terms?
everywhere. My friend, we did a podcast and my friend made me listen to like jungle music and breathe like this to relax before we started.
Jungle music, what's that?
Like proper jungle
those
style
drums.
Yep. And it worked, to be fair. So now I'm like, in my
Okay.
head, I play it before we start podcasting and I'm like, I feel calm.
Mhm.
Naturally.
Well, I'm terrible at small talk.
Fire questions away. I'm quite good at small talk, to be fair.
Okay.
So maybe I can lead the
Yeah.
interludes, innit?
You can lead the beginning and I can lead the end.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Do you want me to introduce myself? Like, hello, welcome to...
Yes, please.
What's this called? What do you call it? I should know the name.
Local Voice Collective.
Local Voice Collective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
cool.
collection of local voices,
I can do that.
kind of. Are you
Yeah.
a local voice?
I'm a local voice.
You're definitely a voice. A big one.
I've got a voice. I use it. Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Right, I'll do an intro. Hello and welcome to the local... I forgot it already.
Local Voice Collective.
Hello and welcome to the Local Voice Collective. I go by Jay from the Manor, and today we're going to go through sort of my history and where I've been, what I do, and if you want to know, you can hang around. If not, see ya.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Nice and
Cool.
simple.
Before we start any small talk, tell me what's the most important thing in your life at the moment? Or
My-
if you can't name one, maybe you can name two or three.
My daughter, 100%. That's the number one for me. It's my driving force. That's just everything. I think if you have a child out there, you'll know 100%. No doubt. Daughter, creativity, next. And third, I'm actually going to say ADHD. I can't live with it. I can't live without it.
ADHD.
Yeah.
The condition?
The allure, the romance of it. There's something romantic about ADHD. And it drives me. I wake up happy and I go to bed happy if I've had a good day. If I've had a bad day, I'll wake up happy and I'll end up like shit by the end of the day. So it depends. That's why there's a romance for me for it. Because I don't know, I find it sexy sometimes. It's like I want to chase it. It's the dopamine, isn't it? So daughter, creation, dopamine.
So you're actually talking about the condition, not the awareness of the condition. So you like...
Yeah. The actual condition. There's some real. A lot of people they let it get to them, and I have done for a while. My latest exhibition was all about the dark and the light of ADHD, right? But there's a lot to love about it. There's a lot to love about it. Yourself, you're
I'm
part of the
club.
gang.
Welcome to the
welcome to the
Welcome
club.
to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle. Exactly.
Good days, bad days.
Where
yeah.
we cry and have games. There's it's one or the other, innit? It doesn't
What do
really.
you love about it?
I love that I don't stop. I love that I've got a driving force that No matter what happens to me, I get back up. That's why I really want to get my throat tattooed, Rise Again. And I'm obsessed with the phoenix because, yeah, nothing can defeat me. I've even tried to defeat myself. It didn't work. And I'm here.
Okay. Life knocks you over and then you kind of
Yeah, just
jump straight
just
in
give me a couple
again.
of weeks. And I'm back on form.
Mm-hmm.
I just love life. There's
You have
something
these
in
phases, up and down, up
me. Yeah,
and down.
yeah. Always up and down, but
But mostly up.
mostly up. I think there's a level of narcissism to it. But I think Robbie Williams said it the best. He said, I'm trying to be the world's nicest narcissist.
Nice.
It's true. It's true.
Okay.
And when you actually start to think about that yourself, when you kind of like study it, you're like, oh, actually, yeah, with ADHD, everything is about me. And I kind of love it.
Yeah, it should be.
I kind of love it. Spotlight's on me.
You obviously need to think about other people, but
You do. And I think gratitude is the best thing ever. So if you're grateful for what you have, you can combat a lot of the bad of ADHD because a lot of it's just the feeling, right? If you were to actually look at what ADHD is, it's mostly feeling. It's like it's impulsivity, it's feeling depressed. Whereas a lot of the time, if you practice gratitude, now don't get me wrong, some people will need serious medication. There are, but for me, a lot of my problems can be dealt with just do some light meditation, breath work, just calming down for a minute. I have the proper up ADHD. Like I need to take anything like codeine or weed or anything like that, anything to bring me down. Ooh, I love it.
what
Love
makes
it.
it so special? Like if you imagine life without ADHD and with ADHD, what's the difference?
I'm going to answer this like multifaceted in a few ways, okay? I couldn't picture life without it because I have no idea. Because I have no idea, right? I have no idea what life could feel like. But from what I assume, what I can see is life is just calm. And that's cool. So life, I feel like life for neurotypical people is sat on the beach enjoying the waves. Yeah. But for the ADHD, we're on the jet skis and then we're drowning and then we're fine. Yeah. So the lifeguard needs to help us because we've gone too far or we've run out of energy and then we've been brought back to life. And then as soon as we're awake, boom, we're off doing something else. So it's like, I don't know, imagine just sniffing cocaine all the time, but without actually doing it. You just
For a normal person. I mean,
Yeah.
by normal, I mean neurotypical.
Yeah. I don't want to offend anybody here, but
No.
I feel like a day in the life to be me is strap in. Yeah, put the seatbelt on for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
What about for you? Is it the same?
Yeah, it's kind of the same. It's kind of like the up and down aspect is definitely there. And something that you mentioned is I would call it all or nothing thinking.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
I
all or
either
nothing.
have the most amazing day of my life and it's everything is just, oh my God, wow,
Perfect.
this is the day.
Yeah.
Or I'm just crying all day.
Yeah.
Not literally, but
No,
I'm kind of done.
I'm exactly the same. I literally the other day I took on way too much. I always take on way too much because I want the dopamine and the achievement of smashing it.
Way too much what?
Anything,
Excitement?
just anything,
Work.
just work, love, play, life, just everything. I take a bit of everything. There's in ADHD there's the analogy of spoons, so that you have different spoons for different. I like batteries better. So your social battery,
Okay.
your personal battery, your work battery, but there's a multitude of them. So what happens a lot of the time though is when one depletes too low, then they all deplete.
Oh.
So it's like trying to, like The Sims, the game The Sims.
Yeah.
In like if you just get to hunger and they just can't hack it, they're just going, that's what it's like, man.
Yeah.
But that's why I think it's really good to study ADHD if you have it and really take the time to understand keeping all them batteries just at 50% if you can. Because the all or nothing just hits you. If you try, I've tried so many times and I've had my diaries, I've had journals, I've had my calendar up to date. I still miss things. I still forget. I still can't be bothered.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. And it's great.
Yeah. I definitely experience the same thing. It's like when I wake up in the morning, it's the very first thing I do. It's kind of affecting the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not everything I do, but most things I do. So if I start scrolling on my phone, for example, or like doing stupid shit that everybody does, it just brings me down like so deeply that it's very difficult to get out of that hole. And it's like um, sometimes it's midday or like 3 in the afternoon by the time I like kind of
Kick into gear.
hit the baseline
Yeah,
and then start
yeah.
working on some very small thing.
I'm the same.
So a couple of months ago, I tried to like hack myself. Like the very first thing I do in the morning, it needs to be something good, something productive.
Mm-hmm.
And I open my eyes and I just jump out of the bed and just start working on things.
Yeah, you
and
have to.
It's kind of all right. So the
It
first
feels
step is
crap, though, doesn't it?
painful.
It feels crap. It's discipline.
Oh god!
But like, some days you have to. Like, I have my personal analogy is you have two choices, right? You either step towards something that benefits you,
yeah,
or step towards something that feels good, because they're two different things, right? Having cereal for breakfast, having Frosties, feels good. It's not good for you. It's not. Sometimes you can have your Weetabix and it feels good. That's great. To have them in harmony means you can.
Can you bring them together?
Of course you can. Of course you can. But I think for us it's hard because we chase the dopamine. So the first thing, it's like the phone comes out. I woke up at 7:30 this morning and I was on my phone till 8 o'clock and I was like, I should really get out of bed. And I've just been slow all day. I've been hard for motivation. Whereas the days where I wake up and I'm like, let's fucking get it. And I don't go on my phone. I don't respond to people straight away, because emails come in, people, they dump their stresses on you overnight if they're stressed out, and you don't need to read none of that first thing. You just get up, you do your habits.
Yeah.
I would definitely love to shout out my friend Giles, who is doing some amazing like men's work, and he's got this new adventure called Habitual, and it's all about habit stacks. It's all about how you can hack these things. Your behaviors, yeah. It's very imperative. Getting out, blinds open, getting sunlight on your face straight away, even in the winter, it helps your serotonin.
These kind of human lab things.
Yeah, it's like literally
daily routine.
Giles, you'd love to be put in the same name as Huberman, but seriously, like my friend is killing it, and it's exactly like that. Yeah, I'll have to send it to you afterwards so you can have a look at it.
It's kind of teaching you.
Yeah, we'll get him in here. You'd love to talk to him, trust me. The fucking wild, cool guy. Very driven.
Yeah, I was really into behavioral science a couple of years ago, and I was reading lots of shit. And one thing that really worked for me is it's called temptation bundling. And it means that you basically need to bundle a good thing with a bad thing in very basic terms. So if you like eating burger, for example, but that's not necessarily good for every single breakfast. So you can actually bundle the burger with something that you don't like cleaning or cooking or...
like a reward system for discipline.
Yeah. And you're kind of allowed to cheat. Yeah, so what I do is when I'm having something really difficult that I need to work on, it's like a commitment or something big. I always have coffee and everything I want, everything like sugar, ice cream, and just
why not?
it works.
I think I do that. I actually think I do that. It kind of goes back to like myself saying like you have a choice in every moment, right? It's either to stay in your comfort zone or to step into growth. That's how it actually is, right? But it's like if I know I need to step into growth and it's difficult, well, I'm just gonna have a chocolate bar at the same time. Because it's like, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to die tomorrow from eating a chocolate bar. I probably will if I ate them every day for 30 years. There's a difference, right? But there's a lot of tough tasks and you should give yourself a break. You should find the energy to give yourself a break first. Like, I'm panicking. I've really got to respond to this big email and I've got a complaint to make with a big establishment at the moment. And it's stressful. But I just chucked it in chat to help me out because writing something like that's really difficult. And I just sat there and I went and got myself ice cream, literally. And I just sat there eating the ice cream and was like, no, like a child. But sometimes you have to like treat the inner child with a bit of childish activity. It's motivation.
Of course.
What's the point in living some jail kind of life where you're punishing yourself for being different? You can't. But a lot of people do. And that's why they stay depressed.
It doesn't work in the long term.
No, you crash and burn. And that's why I'm full of life, full of sass.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Tell them what the time is now. It's almost 9 p.m. And I'm just ready to go. I'm full of energy. I might even start a project after this. Like, it's just how it is though.
Yeah.
You know, like you texted me earlier and was
when
like,
you're in the loop. It's like a flywheel, isn't it? When it starts, it's
momentum is really hard to stop when you have ADHD.
Very hard
but
to
once
stop.
you crash, my God,
It's very hard to start.
It's very hard to start. Exactly. It's like the engine's broken. You know it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing is when I start doing an activity, does it giving me something, or is it draining something? And if it's giving, yeah, it can spin forever.
Do you know what? And a lot of people, it'd be really interesting to talk about actually and talk about openly. A lot of men have trouble with porn and like coffee, alcohol, all those things together because that is on that perpetual wheel.
Yeah,
because it's accessible all the time. You know, like for me, it was codeine. Like I said, if I had a bad tooth, so they gave me some, and then I took it at first, and I was like, oh wow, my head is quiet. Fuck, I like this. I should take some more. And then my stomach was just so bad because obviously opioids are so bad for your stomach. They really ruin your stomach lining. But a year and a half, I was just taking them every day. Just every day, and was just like, wow, it's so quiet in my head.
Like a big dose?
60 to 100 milligrams almost a day, which is quite a lot if you've never had it. It really helps quiet my head down, but it's such a bad drug. There's better things, and I take a lot of CBD now, which does the same thing for me. Disclaimer, do your research, do your own thing. I can't stop anybody, but I don't want to talk anybody. I don't want to glamorize it because it's not. There's no glamour in it, but that's the addictive mentality of, codeine for me was just like, it felt like there was no side effects. It felt like it just got on with my body until I started to feel really ill and you get really constipated. You just get all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And it happens all at once and you're like, oh, I should stop taking this.
Yeah.
But do you find with the ADHD, you can just stop something dead? Even if they tell you have to wean off of it, I'm just like cold turkey, like, no, I'm good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
One
it's like
day you're
in
just
your brain.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
then start a completely different, unrelated thing the next moment, literally.
Yeah. Right, that's it. I'm off codeine. Let's go to crack.
I'm a painter today, and then next moment I'm a plumber.
Yeah.
And then I'm an
full
astrophysicist and
full
a neurosurgeon or whatever.
Absolutely. But I think that's why if you can harness what your calling is, if you can harness that horse, I really think you can ride it all the way to the sunset, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I've kind of chosen art because it's something I always come back to. I can always do it. Like I have multiple projects on the go. I'm currently fixing cars because I love it. So the Subaru that I've got, a friend of mine, we're fixing some cars up. Another Subaru, it's a lot of fun. But it doesn't require every day. You know, you can only do so much and he works. So it's like we meet up on weekends and we get some stuff done. And then I do some projects here and there and I flipping love it. And my baseline is just to do art forever.
Yeah.
Because creation for me is just the most beautiful thing.
Something that you mentioned about porn and coffee and all the quick, rewarding things in life. It kept me thinking about something I read from Gabor Mate. I don't know if you know him. He's basically ADHD expert and he's kind of one of the best.
Yeah.
And he said that basically we're living in a completely different environment and your brain was designed for a completely different environment again. And
the hunter-gatherer, right? Yeah.
The job of your brain is basically to chase dopamine and it's kind of nice and it feels good and it feels fine. And that's the thing that literally kept our ancestors alive. But with today's environment, unlimited amount of quick dopamine is available 24/7 all the time, even if you go to a shopping center, even if you open up your phone, even if you
just there.
If you do anything, even if you do nothing, it's just Netflix and it's just unlimited amount and your brain just can't deal with it. And after hearing this concept and realizing this, I might not be such a bad person if I can't resist things because it was kind of engineered
it's in your face. Yeah.
Toward addiction.
Like, this is why a lot of people think that people with ADHD are targeted. And I don't think it is. I think it's just addictive to everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Doom scrolling is just
absolutely everybody.
I do it every day. I can't help myself because it gives me dopamine, right? So if I'm on a good awareness day, and I think having awareness is key. If I've got really good awareness, I can do a holistic day. I can go out, put my feet on the grass, have an ice bath, like do all the good things, right? All the natural homeopathic methods to get your dopamine. And I find myself, I'm not tapping by the end of the day. I'm not fidgety. I've had a good day. But listen, sometimes the synthetic one feels just as good. Like your phone is synthetic, porn is synthetic.
Yeah.
If you have a partner, you should be having sex with your partner. Like you should be loving your partner. Do you know what I'm saying? You should be doing all these things. But listen, at previous points, I could have gone weeks without doing that and just Pornhub completed it. Every page ever, just relentless, like fucking love this.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't be doing that at the same time. But it's true, you get the dopamine and there's no shame in it. Like, you know.
One thing that really helped me is when I actually realized that this is a thing, and when I kind of flipped, something switched in my brain. And I was like, what if I don't do this? And I was actually realized something, that I can get the same amount of excitement from not doing the thing,
from the
like
discipline.
resisting.
Mm-hmm.
It's
the resisting.
Discipline is kind of a tough word, but it wasn't real discipline because it was enjoyable. The whole process of becoming, the whole process of changing my.
Well, you're stepping
brain.
into growth.
Yeah,
You are.
it was enjoyable. I really struggled with food. I had like a couple of months where I struggled with food, junk food, and overeating and this kind of stuff. And then I kind of switched completely, and I went to like the healthiest diet you can get, and I kind of like get pleasure from not consuming junk food. And it was more
turning
enjoyable.
it down, right?
Yeah.
Like I do the same. I flip flop, right? So I go through stages where I'm in my like just eating everything stage, because for me it's the barrier between taking codeine and the other drugs. Like, because I'm taking on big tasks, right? So a friend of mine, George, who I podcast with, the one you were watching earlier, he probably won't mind me saying this, but I'll ask, and if not, we can edit this section out, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he has to medicate sometimes to get a lot of big tasks done. So he's studying for a massive exam at the moment, but as a byproduct, it's making him like really not feel great and stuff. So it's like, I may have to go onto ADHD medication to stop these barriers of eating and stuff, because it's my biggest problem. It's the only crutch that I have between going to drugs, right? So for me, overeating is just a case of, I gain weight, I feel a little bit sluggish, that's fine. I can gain and lose 10, 12 kilos like in a few months. I can fluctuate really easily. I do the same sort of diet. I do no vegetable oils, no what's it called? No gluten, no sugar. I'll do no dairy. I'll do the full FODMAP clean. Wow. And then every time I get the craving for chocolate, you turn it down. You're like, yeah. You beat it and you're like, yeah. But then again, I've just had a chocolate bar here and I felt fantastic for eating it. So it's like, you should give yourself a break on both, right? I tried to eat healthy all the way through the day, and then sometimes when I'm tired, I'm defeated, right? So it's like you should either lock the cupboard, right? Or hide the sweets so that when you're tired, you go searching for them, they're not there, right? But then that just makes me crazy, and I'll just go to the shops and buy some because I'm an adult and I've got more than £10 in my account. So I'm going to go buy some shit. It's true, but like you've got to give yourself a break. Some days you're just going to do that. Some months you're just going to do that. Some people live their whole life without ever having self-awareness, without being diagnosed, eating shit every day and just feeling shit. So I'm grateful for having self-awareness and a support network around me that can see when I'm low, but they leave me alone. And that's what I want, because I build myself back up.
Yeah.
When I'm pressured, oh, come on, man, you're low. Oh, you notice. Shit, I feel worse then. Whereas
just pushing further and further down.
People back off and they let me just deal with it because I know how to deal with it. I've dealt with it my whole life. I know how to deal with it. Yeah. So I bounce back, and then everyone loves me and puts pressure on me when I'm up. And I like it though. I like being relied on. I like being the man. I like,
Yeah.
Until I'm not the man.
It's kind of a balance when you feel stronger and people put pressure on you. You kind of grow and you feel even stronger.
You do.
And then when you are below the baseline and people put pressure on you, you feel even lower. So,
or you get right to the top and there's a peak, right?
Yeah.
And then
I experienced that. Yeah, the very same thing, conversation, advice, the very same thing can trigger like completely different emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone can ring me and say, "What's up, man? How was your morning?" Ah, cool, man. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, right? The next day, how's your morning? I'm pissed off now.
Don't talk to me.
Why are you asking me? What do you want to know my business for? Fuck off, man. Like, but that it just depends. And sometimes I don't even know what mood I'm in until someone asks me a triggering question, and I'm like, "Oh shit, now I've been horrible."
You mentioned something about the positive side, and you mentioned something about creation as well.
Yeah. It really helps for me. Some artworks that I do, I hyper focus. So I could do 8 hours in a row on the same painting without even getting out of my chair. Like I really can hyper focus. I mean, I'll go for a piss and that's
So
it.
just to go back to the basics, you paint,
I paint,
you
yeah.
drew.
Yeah. So digital is the best way for me because you can get so much done. So I'm obsessed with logistics. That's the ADHD, right? Or the mild autism, right? I'm obsessed with logistics. And if I can paint something that's like, should be 100-hour hyperrealism piece in real life, and I can do it in like 16 hours on my iPad, and it looks the same, it's art. I don't care. It's a different craft. I get that. I'm not dissing anybody who does that, but my select medium sometimes is on my iPad, and I love it because it really helps me take out all the energy and like the static noise in my head because I'm just focused on one brushstroke at a time. One brushstroke at a time. And then if I fuck it up, I'll just press back.
Yeah.
Because there's no pressure. Whereas if I paint, there's pressure on, so it depends on what mood I'm in. If I need the pressure and I want my best work to come out and I don't know, it helps uplift me. But yeah, I think gratitude and creation are the two best things for combating like a downward spiral. And a lot of people have self-doubt. It all comes down to imposter syndrome, thinking you're not good enough. You know?
For what? For creating?
Just in life. People get imposter syndrome with everything. Like, imagine your boss has opened up a job and you basically do that job already. Yeah. So imagine you work in, I don't know, IT.
Yeah.
You've taken on, like one guy left and you've kind of gone up, but not on the payroll, and you do their job anyway. And then their job actually comes up, but you're scared to go for it. Why are you scared to go for it? You have imposter syndrome. You think you're not good enough. It's a lot of anxiety, but creation helps a lot of people, right? So a lot of people think, oh, I can't do that. For example, if I showed you one of my paintings and gave it to you and was like, you could do that. And you're like, ooh, no, I can't.
Who am I to start this thing?
Well, yeah, who am I to start it? Who do I think I am? How would I start? I don't know. And then you just shut down and you just don't do things, right? Whereas if I just said to you, look, you can break it down step by step. Yeah, you're not going to probably do it today, but within a couple of months, you could be here. You should just start. Like I have a phrase, and it's finished is perfection and perfection is freedom. Okay? Finished is perfection and perfection is freedom. Okay? Because people never get things finished because they want perfection.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they want to perfect something, so they never release their art. They just sit on their art. So artists out there, listen, finish is perfection and perfection is freedom. Let it go.
Yeah.
Because if it's finished, it's perfect. You've done it.
It's very difficult thing to do.
It's really hard, but I've had to throw a lot of art away that's half finished just to prove to myself you can do it again and better. Don't hold on to it. Because if you hold on to it, it's the imposter saying, no, you're only worth it once it's perfect. Which is bollocks. It's not true.
Yeah.
It's rubbish. It's perfect to someone.
Video editing.
Yeah.
The exact same
hours
thing.
and hours. Each
God.
little,
you can tweak it like forever.
You know, when you're tapping the keys and you hear the audio, and you're trying to get the cuts, and you're like, I used to do that quite a lot of editing, and it's frustrating. Whereas there's a soul and a vibe like food, right? You could cook all day trying to perfect one dish. Yeah, the guy that you're serving it to doesn't give a fuck,
and it gets cold.
It gets cold, and he just wants to eat, and he's like, oh, thank you, man. There's a girl that works at the Arc, and I'm not going to shout out your name, but you make the best fish finger sandwich ever because you pour the butter on it and it's just delicious. It's just bread, butter, a bit of lettuce and fish fingers, right? But it's made with a bit of love. And you bite it and you're like, oh, it's so good. I don't want Chef Ramsay to come and cook me a fish finger sandwich. It's probably really nice, but every day you want...
It's perfect as it is.
It's perfect as it is. Everything has a place, right? Like this Pepsi logo is boring as hell, man, but it's so memorable.
Yeah.
That guy probably got paid fuck all to do that as well. And then the corporation have just taken it, right? There's creation, get the spark, nourish that little, you blow on the kindling and tinder and just the fire comes and the fire goes out. Start another fire.
Yeah.
Start another fire. The next one might be huge. You might burn down the whole island, but someone's going to notice. So it's just like, just keep going. Just start again, throw it away, or come back to it later. You don't have to literally throw your art away, but it's a very enlightening process that if you want to, I'm really passionate and I'm going to start some classes in Bedford soon for neurodivergent people who have imposter syndrome.
Wow.
Just make a start. And then
like what, painting?
Yeah, anything. So I'm going to have pens, pencils, paint, etc.
Creative workshop.
And I'm going to make you throw away the art at the end. So spoiler alert.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to make you do it.
It's similar to those Buddhist sand creations you kind of need to destroy.
Yeah.
I don't know, was it called?
I don't know what it's called, but I know exactly what you mean. You spend a long time building this castle, basically, and then you just
because that's life. That's how it's supposed
freedom.
To be.
Finished is freedom.
Forever. Yeah.
Finished is freedom.
You somehow need to have a higher goal. For example, like painting this painting because, and then after because you have the higher goal because I have a deadline. By the way, deadlines can massively help. And then kind of you need to balance it, which is more important, to perfect this one single brushstroke or to publish it in a gallery. And if the gallery is more important, then maybe I should finish.
Yeah, that's
tweaking it.
I had that exact thing, didn't I? I had this exhibition recently, and it's just finished today. It was called You versus You. It was an ADHD highs versus lows, basically, which you came to, which is great. We've got a little bit of footage. It's beautiful, and I was hand painting everything, and I gave myself a deadline, and I was set to hit it. And I probably would have sold more art because it was original, but I basically blew a disc in my back, and I literally couldn't lean and paint. Ooh. So I had to revert to the digital versions that I'd done previously and turn it into a print thing. But it was more important to me to get the exposure and just to experience my first exhibition.
Oh, yeah.
It was so very stressful, but I went and got the frames. I went to a local print shop. I involved some other people. I paid some people in Bedford, and people of Bedford came to see. I've made some great new friends, some new connections. It's been wonderful.
So there was buzz and excitement, right?
There's buzz and excitement, and keeping up momentum is absolutely essential. You're saying that flywheel is very essential to keep the talk rolling. Mm-hmm. On to the next thing. Finished, perfection, freedom. Off you go. Next one.
Yeah, I remember when we met and you said oh God, I'm all over the place. Nothing is ready, and I still need to do these things. And you put it together.
Yeah,
you
man.
Felt good.
I pulled out the bag.
Doing it.
but I was still putting the prices up.
Congratulations.
The minute the doors opened for the exhibition. In true ADHD fashion, I was not prepared. I spent half the day fucking around, worrying about something else, But the thing is the deadline made it possible. So now what I've taken from it is I'm now setting myself a deadline to finish the art. So I'm going to do another exhibition, and I'm going to do it totally different. I'm going to do something new. I'm not going to say what it is because it's quite passionate. I'm passionate about it.
Should be a secret.
Yeah, and I find that holding something secret means you don't get the dopamine from telling someone and then you don't do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's huge. We can come back to that. But I'm going to do this next exhibition, and I'm going to take the time to set myself a deadline, which I already have, which is the first day of February. But once the art is done, then I'm going to book the exhibition because then it's stress-free. So I've learned that I still need the deadline, and I take it seriously. But if I find out halfway that I haven't taken it seriously, then I'll book it in and I'll just repeat the process. If it comes with stress or not, I'll just do it,
It's like a productivity hack, right?
Yeah, kind of. Well, for me, yeah. I mean, yeah, I try and ask myself 3 questions. What did I learn? What did I do well? And what could I have done better? Yeah, so I try and do that with everything. After this, I'll do the same. I'll have some self-thought because it's really good to go back and not hate yourself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So what did I learn? I learned that an exhibition is a really fun and thrilling way to share something really vulnerable. Some of my darkest art was on that wall for 2 weeks, and people that I've never met would have gone in there and had a thought about it that I'm not in control of.
And they kept asking, why did you paint this
Why did you paint this way? Why did you paint that?
Why is it all black?
And I'm like, I don't know, to be fair, man. I woke up that day and that's what came out of this crazy brain of mine,
Yeah.
But again, there's finished is freedom and freedom's perfection is beautiful, that it's just done, it's out there. So that's what I learned. What could I have done better? Got it done on time. Could have absolutely got it done on time. Could have changed the pricing a little bit more affordable. Could have done all hand drawn. What would I do better next time? Yeah, all those things that I've just mentioned.
You're learning. You put everything in the loop. You start it again.
Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned something about 10 hours work sessions. You just hyper focus on thing and you just
easily.
work and work.
Sorry,
and work.
I'm not going to pretend to open it. I'm going to open it because I need a bit of caffeine. But
okay. So how is your process basically from start to finish?
What, on the art?
Yeah.
Just start, blank out.
Is it difficult to start?
Yeah, massively. But that's why I just start. So anyone that knows me and how I do my graphic design, I sit and talk to you for ages. So let's say you wanted a logo, right? What do you want from the logo? And then you just say something, and then I just do something. Anything. But I do it in my style. So then you give me feedback. Okay. So instead of just saying, oh, I want a smiley face logo with a circle around it. Okay, well, what feel do you want? Do you want it to look emo, like the Nirvana logo? Or do you want it this, that, and the other? I'm just going to do what's in my head, and I take criticism well. So it's like, we feedback and then we move. I do the same with myself. I really want to do a little cartoon series. So this is something I'm working on. My cat died and I loved him to pieces, right? I couldn't give a shit if anyone out there is like, oh, it's your cat. I love that guy, man. He was like my son. He was my son. But yeah, I want to do a little cartoon of him and my dog getting up to shenanigans, just stupidness. So I started one and I hated it for ages. I was like, oh, this is shit. It's not like a normal cartoon. And I'm like, why am I trying to be like other cartoons? So part of my process is just to start and get to a point where I hate it. Or I'm lucky and I just smash through it.
So how do you start? You have a concept in mind?
Kind of, yeah. I never just blank page. I can't do it. I'm constantly thinking about new things that like influence me and excite me.
And where's the idea coming from?
Somewhere in the abyss. Okay. It just floats up. Like, and I'm like, ooh.
Do you have any special moments like under the shower or washing dishes?
Anywhere, anytime. I get something and I get this like, do you know what it is? I focus on a feeling and an emotion. It depends what music I'm listening to. I'm very inspired by music. So a lyric, anything could just spark my interest. Like Robbie Williams' Feel has been my obsession. And this whole exhibition has been based off of that song.
Oh.
Yeah. Because his lyric, I don't want to die, but I'm not keen on living either. It just got me. And I was like, wow. Yeah, some days I really don't want to live, but it doesn't mean I want to die.
Yeah.
I just don't want to exist today.
Yeah.
I just want to sleep till tomorrow.
Just hit the pause button.
Yeah, or the fast forward button to the next day.
Or the next day,
yeah. Just start again. I want to start when I feel good again. So after listening to that and watching his film, I'd highly recommend his film, by the way. If you're new and Divergent, it's fantastic. Put your beef with Robbie Williams aside because a lot of people hate him. Watch the film, relate to it. Yeah, I was listening to Feel like non-stop, and there's so many lyrics in there that just kept triggering, and I started to write them down. So this is part of my process. I'll write the lyrics down that really I obsess over. And then what I do is I write them down in this really graffiti kind of style, just in a row, and I let them out. Other people's lyrics, I let them out. One of my other favorite lyrics at the moment is The Mirror Unwinds. I just love it. Because it's like the version of you, it unwinds, tear the mask away, staring at one another. I have all these lyrics and I'm like, right, masking, wicked. And then I've got this picture of like this blank face with the mask coming off, and yeah, that's just how I start. I start off with this music makes me think visually. So it's probably, it's weird because I've never thought about that before. So I think music inspires me.
So there are lots of different ideas, right?
Yeah, it's like, how do you visualize I don't want to die, but I'm not keen on living either? Like, how do you visualize that? What does it look like? Yeah, but
For me,
I obsess over the idea of what that looks like to someone else. The translation of someone else's thoughts.
In terms of shapes and colors?
Anything. Relativity. Like, what could that look like? So to me, it looked like depression, right? Then I went into my life and remember the time when I was like one of the first times I was depressed and noticed that I had ADHD. And it was this time where my first ever girlfriend, I'm not going to say her name because she's happily married and stuff now. We hugged underneath this, what's it called? Like a bus stop. It was raining. one of my best and worst memories ever, because the day after she broke up with me. So it's like, that's what that looked like to me.
Oh.
I don't want to die, but I'm not keen on living either. And it was like, that day I didn't want to die because I wanted everything.
The London one with the big red bus, right?
That one. I turned it into a heart, right? And the idea between it is, it's all about you. This is the narcissism. Actually, this is a representation. So the scene is a visual memory of me and her, but actually...
But it's your memory.
But it's my love affair with ADHD. I love it, but I can't stand it.
Yeah.
So actually, this is like, I'm in the rain, loving this thing all the time. That's what it feels like. ADHD feels like you're in the fucking rain with this thing that you love, and you can't let it go.
Stop.
It's never going to stop.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why I then started to relate and realize that actually I've got a really photographic memory. I relate back. Music takes me back. I can hear a song from Linkin Park's like first album, and it just takes me back to this field that I used to play out in. And the first time
when you heard it for
weed,
the first time,
and I can go straight back to that feeling. So I associate songs and lyrics with just this feeling that never goes away.
Oh god,
like a timestamp.
Interesting.
Yeah, like a timestamp in. Yeah, like timestamp in time. I can go straight back there. Like, are you a fan of Harry Potter?
Yeah.
The Horcruxes.
I kind of was, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you take a piece of you and you leave it somewhere. But that's what I do with music. And I could go back to the same spot and be triggered by that. I could relive it. At any age, I could relive it. So that's why I've tried to convey that in art. So maybe I need to change my like method statement and my thing to maybe encapsulate that a little bit more. But talking about it out loud has made me realize that.
I kind of experienced the same thing with memory. I mean, the senses are kind of interconnected. And when you store a particular memory, you remember, for example, the places, your appearance, you remember your feelings, obviously, the smells.
Yeah,
for example,
everything.
I'm constantly listening to audiobooks. When I jump back to just listen back to an audiobook, I remember where I was listening to that particular audiobook.
Oh, you've just triggered a memory for me.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that my mum bought me these audiobooks as a child, and it was The Lion King, and it was read by someone that had a really calming voice. It was this man. And I remember lying on my mum and dad's bed, and it was, the audiobook was really cool because it had the cassette in it. That's how old I am. It had the cassette, right?
Okay.
And I remember putting it into this multicolored cassette player and had my own little headphones. I must have been about five, like my daughter's age, 5 years old. And I was just sat there listening. And my mind was just like, wow. Because I don't struggle to read. I can read a page in 30 seconds, but I don't absorb the information. It stresses me out to read. So audible and visual learning has always been my like forte. I love it. I could, like live art, I can copy most things, how they look. That was what my obsession was, to make things look identical to what the subject was. But I've actually lent on in his character. Like I was talking about food.
In painting as well.
In painting, yeah, anything.
Like hyperrealism?
Yeah, hyperrealism. That's most of my stuff. It was hyperrealism because to me, that was the ultimate success. If you can make art look perfect.
Look like a photograph.
Yeah, if you can make art look perfect, well then you are perfect. But again, finished is perfection. Go back to it, because if it's janky and a little bit wobbly, it's got your signature. People like if you do something unique.
Yeah.
So the same thing, I remember, like, if I hear Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, I can remember my dad blowing smoke rings in his bedroom, having a sneaky cigarette. He wasn't really meant to. And he went upstairs to have a cigarette, bless him. And I snuck upstairs and knocked on the door. And he was just like, oh, shit, come in. Oh, because I was only young. I must have been 5 again, like the same sort of age. But just hearing that song just takes me straight back there. And it's one of my favorite memories because I thought he was so cool. I thought my dad was so cool, and he was just in his jeans. He had no top on. He had his one tattoo out. And he was just blowing smoke rings, listening to metal. That's why I'm a metalhead, man, because that's just the coolest shit ever. Do you know what I'm saying? So those memories are fascinating, and I think they're either bonded in trauma or in like a safe place. Because a lot of your childhood traumas make you who you are and have your anxieties now. It's called shadow work. I'm very passionate about it. You can go back to times where, bless her, my nan, she didn't mean to, but she shouted at me for spilling some Ribena on a couch, right? Or on a carpet. It's like I'm like 6, 7 years old. If you give me Ribena on a cream carpet, who's
you can
to
do
blame?
it, yeah.
Who's to blame, right? Especially if you now in hindsight, ADHD children are mad clumsy.
Yeah.
I don't remember being clumsy, but people told me I was mad clumsy.
Yeah.
So
and you kind of had the feeling that you need to be perfect.
yeah, so she shouted at me and was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, blah, 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 blah." Like I said, God rest her soul. I'm not, she knows I'm not dissing
And
her.
your art needs to be perfect. Is
Just-
there any connection between the two?
There's massive
Your
connection
behavior
there.
needs to be perfect and your art needs to
It's
be perfect.
behavioral, yeah, because at that moment, I felt worthless and I felt like I needed to be perfect for other people. She was just pissed about her rug. That's fine. That was a wicked rug. I wish I had it now because we'd be rich. Like it was a proper like Persian rug.
Okay.
It was good. It was a good fucking rug that I ruined, so I get it, right? But my poor feelings then got locked and I promised, in my head, I promised I wouldn't open up to anyone. And I'm only a child. I was like, right, that's it. I've got a mask. I've got to be perfect now. So every time anytime I had the chance to be creative, that was kind of like dampened. So recently I did some work with my coach and we went back to that moment. We kind of built a bubble around it, and the person I am now went and hugged him and was just like, it's all good, man. We've made it out. You come out the bubble and delete the memory. It's gone now. That trauma, it's gone. It's a lot more complex than that, but we really went through it, and there was a massive correlation between constantly, and then because I held on to that, that's what I thought it was like. So every time you spill or make a mistake, you can't learn from it. You just don't make the mistake.
Yeah, you kind of reinforce the very same thing and you experienced over and over, even if you're not spilling anything on the rug, but even if you
metaphorically
fuck up one of your paintings, it needs to be perfect. And it's like
one brushstroke wrong, rip it up in the bin, start again, you're worthless. And that's when the self-hate came, and that's why I'm really focusing now on just, it blew my mind because on the exhibition night, there was a gentleman that turned up who was lovely. And I thought that some of the more digital art that I was going to do would sell straight away. And he walked up to the one that I hand painted that I didn't even finish, even to my new standard. And he was just like, oh, I fucking love that. He's like, my friend is a massive My Chemical.
Yeah, because it's uniqueness.
It's mine, yeah. And it just made me realize that I've got about 10 unfinished pieces in my studio. So I'm going to do them and finish them. And I'm going to put them on my website and then just let them be mine. Janky, unfinished, wobbly.
Yeah, it keeps me thinking about impressionism, and like realism versus impressionism. And then it's kind of the very same struggle between being perfect and not being perfect.
Yeah.
And impressionists say basically art is an impression. And it just comes and goes and it's like finished because the impression is a floating thing.
And it's left up to the viewer to decide how they feel from it. Right?
Yeah.
So the art is, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This is what people say about art a lot, right? If we got a picture up now and we're like, right, do we think that's perfect? To you, you might be like, oh, shit, that's not art. And I'm like,
what's the criteria
anything
of judging it?
Like, exactly. There is no criteria. There's no governing body for who's the best at art. It's who connects with people the most. So whoever connects with people the most sells the most art. It's that simple.
It's actually, it's fascinating that these things play out between people, but it kind of plays out within you.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, it's your own mental battle.
Is there any reason you call the exhibition You versus You?
Yeah, because it's the real you versus the you that you think you are. Right, so I'll show you the first image. That's who I think I am when I'm in imposter syndrome mode. I think I'm really small, that I've got this hellish, fiery walk. I've got this massive demon to slay. I'm a massive gamer, by the way, so I'm a big dreamer when it comes to visuals. Like, I love The Witcher and all these role-playing games. And you have to slay massive animals. It's a huge task. But the reasoning behind this is that actually that's just the memory of that child, that single moment with my nan at that house. This is who I really am. This is me. I'm here. I'm withholding all this like lunar power. I'm very obsessed with moons.
Oh.
I like to be out at night. Not on a creepy one. I'm just I'm just like strolling around at night. No, I'm fascinated with the idea of what a moon represents and the power it withholds. So actually, you look at this painting and think, oh, that person's got a massive journey. Whereas actually, it's the opposite. I'm welcoming. I look really scary, but I'm welcoming you up the journey. I've already paved the path. Before, this path looked like chaos.
Yeah.
So the path's actually empty. And I've made it up there.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just, that's my thought. So it's interesting to hear other people's thoughts and stuff, but that's what it is for me. You know, I think I'm going to land this in terms of you shouldn't be afraid to create. You should make a start. Okay, now there are things you can't just put a line on a page and go, perfect, and sell it for £1 million.
It's a perfect line.
It's a perfect line. people do perfect circles, but someone will buy it. That's art. It's beautiful, right? If you want a career in art, you need to learn to let go. Just because it'll do your fucking head in. You won't last very long because it's just, if you wanted to stop this right now and go into like
what? Like
traditional art. Yeah, as a profession, traditional art. You do really well if you get on top of if you let your emotions out and you get some control in like some discipline in how you start the process, enjoying the process, because creation is all about the process.
Yeah.
Just enjoying it. Take the time. I love listening to music. I used to sit in my bedroom, like after that moment where that first girl broke up with me, I cycled back it's fucking well far. It was really far. It was like 4 miles on a bike back then when I was like 15. And I remember I had my MP3 player in and I listened to Bullet for My Valentine's first album, The Poison, which inspired most of this. And 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, which is My Chemical Romance, back to back, because that's just what came on. And I really resonated with those songs because it was like, oh, I'm worthless again. She doesn't even want me, blah, 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 blah. I went through all this and I went home and I just started to draw. And I had my headphones on and it was raining outside still. I literally cycled home in the rain.
Ew.
Like really emotional. I like to live the emotion. If I'm going to be emo, I need to be emo, right? And really, but I've always found a safe place in listening to music and just drawing. It's like my church. You know, I'm not a religious man, but that's my church. That's my process. That's my, I would encourage people to find their
self-expression.
Their self-expression, yeah. Whatever it is for you. If you're just sitting in a coffee shop, being around people, drawing and what, do it. Do as much as you can. Do the things you love while you're able.
Yeah.
And be unapologetic. Do it. Like, it's really difficult to hype yourself up, give yourself gas under your wings and go like, oh, I'm a big artist now, blah, blah, blah. You need some level of big-headedness to get through the door, to go and put an exhibition on. You need to believe in yourself and you need to almost like believe in yourself to a point where you'll get hurt from the reality of it. You need to go out there and be like, I'm going to sell it all. I'm going to sell it all. And then when it doesn't.
You need a little bit of like self-delusion. Is it?
Delusion, yeah. You need a little bit of delusion to dream big, right? You need to dream big because I want to be one of the country's most renowned artists for something. Okay. In a specific field. I want to be a university lecturer one day in arts, and I don't want to have had to have studied for it. I want to have gone through the arts and tried and tested and found my place. And I want to bring, this message to the youth of anywhere. I feel like you should create. So I want to target not specifically neurodivergent kids or anybody like that. I just want to target anyone who's struggling and
with imposter syndrome.
With imposter syndrome, yeah, because that affects a lot of people. I'm passionate. I'm really passionate about it.
In terms of practicals, how long does it take to finish
a piece of art?
Obviously, it's never finished, but
yeah, exactly. It depends on what size. So this is actually where knowing a little bit about a business, if you're starting one, is helpful, right? So an A3 canvas could take me anywhere from an hour to 10, 12 hours to finish. If I hit the zone and I'm in a good flow and
10 hours of work time.
Yeah.
There's no coffee, no lunch break.
Nothing. It could be 100 hours, to be honest. It just depends. Like if you're talking pen on canvas time, that's different to working time, right? So sitting, admiring, having a little flick. I reckon about 6 hours of actual paint on canvas time is like a good number for me, but it really depends.
And the first thing is to just get the ideas from heaven.
Get the ideas from the abyss, from inspiration. So drawing live inspiration from things you experience is what an artist is, I would say.
Yeah.
Right? A music artist.
And then put it down on a piece of paper?
I don't. Because if I do that, I get the dopamine from reading it.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. Gone.
So
I just open it up and then they're just floating around. And then what I'll do is I'll just put if everyone that knows me, and I want people to comment, do I have my music on shuffle or do I listen to specific albums, right? comment, spoiler alert, I shuffle my music.
Okay.
So whatever comes on, I'm like, I'm going to go with that. So a lot of my London bus scenes are from UK grime music and like just stuff I listened to as a teen, 50 Cent, Eminem. Any of my rap stuff can be clearly seen through some of my art that's more urban and street. Whereas a lot of the metal stuff is really dark red and grimy. But I listen to a lot of like jazz and blues and all different types of music. And then that's all the brighter stuff that I do. So the ideas kind of get lodged and then they get triggered by a lyric. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay, that process begins. And then I remember where I first heard the lyric.
Yeah.
And then I draw that moment. So the lyric just kind of sends me to that moment, how I felt. I felt fantastic. Like the first time I ever smoked weed in this field with my friend. And it was like we'd kept the weed in the back of a PlayStation and it like cooked it. So there was like nothing left of it, basically. It was hiding it from my parents and just normal teenage stuff. And I remember just my mind being blown. So one of the pieces was just a kid in a field and just this crazy like...
So in a way, it's everything that you experienced so far. It's kind of leading to that point, moment of creation.
I think mine is like hindsight, like my memory bank. So my art is my memory bank. So what I've done is for the next exhibition, it's all going to be, like I said, I'm not going to say what it is exactly, but it's not for memories. It's going to be something totally different. It's going to be just expressive. So relative to something that I haven't experienced.
How did your style evolve? Was your earliest paintings
Letting go.
Like much different?
I'll show you. So I started taking it seriously and making it my job about 5 years ago.
There was a massive commitment, right?
Huge commitment. So I got fired from my job, basically. I broke my leg and I promise I'm not copying Action Bronson's story here, but I broke my leg playing football with my team members from the kitchen. And I had a massive falling out with the business and I just decided to go full time and I learned to tattoo. So I started tattooing.
So you done some tattooing?
I done some tattooing, yeah.
For how long?
About 2 years. I had my own home studio. And I started doing commissions for people. So my friend wanted a picture and that was the first one that I ever did.
This for your sister.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I did. I liked it. It was very bold and very colorful, right?
Yeah.
And then I started to get obsessed with it. And you can see how it developed.
So that was one of your first professional works, right?
Yeah. I mean...
After you decided to take it seriously?
Yeah, I mean, look, I took art seriously as a teenager. I went to college. I dropped out of college because of ADHD, let's be honest. I couldn't hack just getting in every day. It got monotonous. They weren't doing things that excited me. So I'd rather smoke weed and hang out with my friends.
Art?
Yeah, I studied fine art. But I can't remember how long it was. I think it was only like 6 months, not even 6 months. Might have been 6 weeks and I dropped out. I can't remember. Then I did sports science. I was really sporty.
What did you need to do in there?
Just draw live art in like charcoal and stuff. And it probably would have developed. I'd love to do it now. I'd love to do a fine art course now. I couldn't even care if I was sat amongst 18, 19-year-olds. I would just be there with my headphones on, just like, yeah. So I'd be really tempted actually to see if I can do that.
Yeah, painting nudes.
Absolutely. Drop your trousers.
I would love that.
Now, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I'm like, do you know, I'll find us a live painting class and we'll go.
Okay, deal. Okay.
Shake on it, deal. It'd be hilarious, man. It'd be so much fun. But yeah, I've always been drawing. I've always been creative. I then started doing photography and then I started editing them. And then I started drawing the edits, like redrawing the edits. Yeah.
In terms of timeline, was it like 5 years ago?
I'm going to say 2009, 2008 started photography. 2009, 2010, 2011 started getting into videography. 2012 started doing videos for my friends. But I've always been into Photoshop. So
Yeah.
I pretty much had the first Photoshop ever and I just used to play around and just create things.
Yeah.
So I actually don't give myself enough credit. I think my Photoshop ability is above anything that I do. So there's pretty much nothing I can't do, which led me to then getting a job at the Telegraph. So through some friends, I was editing some of the coolest shit at the Telegraph. Yeah, that was only a temporary job, but I managed to get my way to there. And to me, that was like the ultimate print work. But yeah, so photography, videography, God, what else have I done? I worked in print. Before that, I've worked in all forms of media. And I've been newspapers, digital. That's pretty much the only form nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I've been making clothing, anything I can get my hands on. You know, I do it. I kind of just make other people's ideas come to life. I'm very good at.
So everything kind of evolved around creation.
Always about creation. I'd always come home, no matter what I was doing, no matter what job I had, chefing. I chefed for many years, but I'd always come home and draw.
Wow.
I was always obsessed with drawing, and I was always showing people at work,
Chefing,
and they were like,
"What cuisine?"
Oh, like British gastro, and then I worked at Centre Parks, which was just fast food. But I was enjoying trying to climb the ranks. Because it was fast paced. It was 600 people a night, some nights, and it was just fucking chaos.
600 people. Wow.
Yeah. That was a busy night. 450 most nights, 500 on a good night, 600 was like.
You still remember these numbers? Crazy.
Yeah. There's trauma. There's so much trauma. Oh, it's fucking chaos. But the beautiful thing was, like, again, I'd still find time on my time off to game, which I find really creative. I like being free in games. I don't know, it's an outlet. And I'd always been drawing something. So like I'll literally run you through the timeline of like the things that I was drawing. So I then started drawing all of these, and like the style started to develop. So I started to get a bit more brave with the brushstrokes. And black, like I think my style is very good with blacks. You know, like this is one of the ones that I was like, wow, I can actually
contrast, right?
Contrast, colors, you know, I'm known from colors now, but this one is stylistically different to everything I've done.
Is it painting?
It's all digital. I bought an iPad. So that's, I mean, look.
It's kind of the hyper-realism phase, right?
The hyper-realism, but in my own style. And, you know, I started to get a lot of traction online and people recognized my work. And I started to hand draw things. Have I got some of the hand drawn stuff on here? Yeah, it got to the point where I was like, right, so gonna take this seriously now. And I got my first job at Rail Bedford. Shout out Pete McCormack, because you were the one that invested in me and actually kickstarted me from just selling a few bits of art here and there and trying to take it seriously. And, you know, I was HGVing at the time, even though I decided to do art full time and professionally, I needed to earn money. I had a child. So I then became a HGV driver. So I would do 12-hour shifts, 4 on, 4 off. And in my 4 off, I was just taking on any project that I could. Like people's commissions, wall paintings, fucking anything. They needed Photoshop, like anything. So, and I remember I had this HGV job and I was then going to paint the football club in the evenings. And then it just took weeks and weeks and weeks. And I was like, fuck, I can't do this other stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And I just gave it all up and I've just been...
So it's an evolving process, right?
It's still not solidified.
Your style,
Yeah.
You just put a circle on the paper and then next time it's slightly different. It's different.
So to explain it in like a layman's terms, whatever the inspiration is, right? Let's say you've just got an idea and a thought, get it on paper, but have some self-awareness. Look at it. Just say to yourself, cool. Where is this compared to where I want it to be? Study what you want it to look like, right? Study what the brushstrokes look like. Study what, it's like you are what you eat, right? If you consume a lot of specific art, I like a lot of graffiti, bold music, black and reds, contrast, anything bold. That's why I wear a lot of black and white. I just love contrast. I think I'm obsessed with bright colors and stuff. I've never done watercolor. Couldn't give a shit about watercolor. If you're a watercolor artist, fantastic, right? Do your process. But for me, it's acrylics, oils. But yeah, just like showing you some of those. That first one I started probably had like 20 layers. And then it's like, oh, I'm just going to try and add like
200 more.
Yeah, 5,000 more. Like, but if you look at like, I don't know if you're watching this now, like part of my face is going to be in shadow. So you could just color drop one side and paint that whole side of the face and put 2 googly eyes on. Well, that's a start.
Yeah.
But then you realize that actually there's multi-tones to this. There's lots of blacks and there's lots of colors. So you get a palette and then you just have a go and you layer up. And if you don't like it, you just delete a layer and I think digitally is the best way to learn these kind of things. But once you've learned that, you then go across to a real painting and you're like, oh shit, I've been doing this so long in the digital. I'm actually all right in real life.
Yeah.
So it's all skills. It's all a process. And then I went on to running a paint and sip franchise. So I was teaching people to paint in the evenings. So that kicked my imposter syndrome. as a franchise. Yeah. So I did a year of that. I was teaching people to paint in like pubs and bars or whatever, coffee shops. There was about 30 people a night on a good night. And I was teaching them to paint something within 3 hours. So something they were happy with. And it kicked my imposter's ass because it was like, I've got to stand in front of these people with a Britney microphone. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Last
Maybe
thing
I
I'll
could do
show you
something
on the
similar
phone.
with podcasting.
You should do it live. Look, that was me. So I would stand and teach people to paint all the same paintings, right?
So many people.
But look,
wow.
look, they all actually did a flipping good painting, you know? And that's me being happy about it. So like,
cool.
That really kicked my ass and it's given me food for thought. And it's like, I now want to take this where, like at a men's event. So let's say like a men's mental health event where there's 100 odd people. I want to give them all just charcoal and a piece of paper or whatever, and just get them all to just release something instead of copying what I'm doing. I want them just to create something. So I want to whack a microphone on, and just go around and help people just create. So I think I want to tie this back around. I was going to say, but I've obviously ADHD tangent right off. I want to say that it doesn't matter what you do, right? So for example, if you want to grow what you're doing here and you have the imposter, let me just break it down for you. Here's a piece of paper.
What to do? Okay.
Here's a piece of paper. Here's a piece of charcoal. Create. And you're like, but I don't know what to do. I don't give a fuck. Do it.
Do it.
Start. Make a fucking start. You're not an artist, but by the end of it, you will be. No, because look, at the end, you've done something really cool.
Absolutely.
It doesn't look like anything, but fuck it, it's impressionism,
Absolutely.
Right? It's got a label.
There's a line on it.
Yeah, cool. It's a line only.
Or there's a circle.
Bin it. And do what you're meant to be doing.
Bin it.
Go on. You've done it.
What? The very first one?
You've done the hard bit.
I don't bin everything. Absolutely everything.
You could bin everything if you want to, right? But bin the first one because you've released, you've started it. It's not that difficult, right? You've made the first step. So it's like you've beat the imposter once.
Okay.
Next time he's going to come back harder and go, no, that was shit. Some people don't get over it the first time. It is what it is. But just break the boundary. Because even if you're a mathematician and you want to get to the next level, just slow down a second. You were a child once. Just create. Look how simple it is just to get charcoal and put it on paper. The actual process is so simple. Just do it, okay? I'm going to walk around. I'm not going to lie to you. If it looks like absolute poo, well, guess what? It looks like shit. But you've made a fucking great effort, yeah? But who am I to judge you? Who cares?
Subjective, yeah.
Yeah, it's subjective. So it's like a lot of the people would always say to me, like at the classes, they say to me like, oh, this looks terrible. I'm like, yeah, you're right, but are you having a good time? And they're like, I'm having a fantastic time. I'm like, then what else matters? And then instantly they're like, oh, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I come here for a good time. Why am I putting pressure on myself?
Yeah.
They're in their 50s.
You know who's one of my favorite painters? Jackson Pollock.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
Oh, he paints like a crazy
Fucking
person.
crazy man, yeah. Whereas someone like Bob Ross was like quite neat and a perfectionist, you know, like really did some cool stuff. And if you just...
It's art.
Just take a day off.
You know what's it called? La Fontaine. Inverted pissoir or something.
It's all...
That's crazy.
Listen, it's all beautiful. Whoever made this rug, the design, I mean, if you did it on a fucking Photoshop and you copied the loop and great. Just a lot of people are scared to make a start because they're in denial. They're fearful that they can do something, right? And creation's amazing because if you can create something, why can't you create your own job for yourself? Why can't you create your own life?
Yeah.
It's the snowball effect, right? So you've just started here. If I want to be as fit as I can be, do you think I need to go around a 10K tomorrow and absolutely blow out my back, my knee? No, I need to do 20 steps.
Yeah.
20 steps is enough. The day after, 40 steps. Guess what? The day after that, 100 steps. Then take a day off. And then go
So
again.
kind of you're saying kind of like have a big goal, but then completely forget about that big goal and start taking action.
Yeah.
Very small one.
Action is key, yeah. That's how to beat the imposter. Set yourself an impossible goal. I mean, shout out Jeff, the first thing, so when I got this football club project, the first one, it was massive, it was a huge project, biggest one I've ever done so far. I was panicking. And he's like, right, what's the 90-day impossible goal? And I'm like, to be self-sustaining in a business. Yeah, I want to pay myself from business and not rely on anyone else. He was like, you're not
in
dreaming.
90 days.
Yeah, but he's like, you're not dreaming
Cool.
big enough. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. I want to earn 30 grand a year self-employed. And he's like, okay, that's pretty good, right? So within 90 days, we achieved it. Probably in half the time, because the process is, I want £1 million in 90 days, right? And then you start to hyper-focus on, how do I get there? And you make all these movements and you're brave and you email 1,000 people a day just to get an answer and you're fucking bold, I'm doing this. Well, guess what? At the 90 days, you're not a millionaire, but you're fucking halfway there.
Yeah.
You have made a bloody good start.
Yeah.
But it starts as simple as creation. And I think there's a massive, I could utilize this and help a lot of people, right? Because it's not like everyone can just go and start and say, look, here you go. Here's a piece of paper, create. Whoa, cool. I bring a real passion for it. So that's why I think it's going to do well. I need to take my own advice and actually start doing it. Because the only thing that's holding me back is I wanted to be verified as an artist throughout this process. And it's made me lose my ego and go, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm not doing it for the love of me. I started the exhibition for the love of me, and I ended up doing it for the love of wanting to sell art. And I missed the point. And I probably sold a lot less art than I could have if I changed the pricing, or I did art that was just for me, not for other people. So it's just a learning process. It was my first exhibition.
When did you feel like you actually made it? Was there any moment when you felt like, this is going to work?
2 points. One is ego related and one is the exact opposite, like an ego death. I made it when I realized that if I woke up and I was a multi-millionaire, I'd still do the same thing. Yeah, I don't care.
That's fair enough.
I'd wake up and I would just have a slightly different studio. I'd be on the beach somewhere in like a loft attic.
But you would do the exact same thing.
I do the exact same thing. I would create and I would just mess around. I'd make t-shirts. I'd fuck around.
That's a perfect definition of success, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, seriously, my heart is warm. And when my daughter turned around to me and was like, Daddy, I want to do art. She's 4. And I'm like, she hasn't got a fucking clue what she wants, but the fact that she resonates to me and she asks to draw with me all the time and she wants to be around me doing the art. So today she came and painted with me.
Wow.
And we sat her down and gave her some crayons and she was like, no, I want to paint the wall.
Oh, that's sweet.
I want to do what you're doing.
Very sweet.
And I'm like, don't get paint everywhere. Then I'm like, no, that's the whole point in her having clothes to protect her skin. Yeah. If paint goes on the clothes, we'll get her more clothes. It doesn't fucking matter. She needs to express. So I really try not to do the fatherly thing of like trying to control.
Don't spill things on the rug. Or
Exactly. So
the same thing that you experienced.
I was doing it though. I was like, babe, just do this, that, and the other. Then I was like, no. If it's my mess to clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it should have been my nan's mess to clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. Like, I think that's the most beautiful thing. You know, that's why I feel like I've made it. And I feel like it's not big-headed. I've got so much to do. I've got so many more aspirations before I feel like ego-wise I've made it, right? Like life goals, I've got huge aspirations. I think being a university lecturer is a huge fucking task. You have to be accredited by somebody else. You can't just
do it. And a millionaire.
Yeah.
I want a beach house.
I think that will happen. And if it doesn't, I won't be mad. But that's not my ultimate goal. Freedom's the ultimate goal. Doing what you love. And I've got a smidge of that now because there's still pressures. There's still council tax to pay. You know, there's still some things that tie you down. So I want some more comfortability, obviously. But it doesn't change the fact that I would do something different every day. And I want that for everybody. But it starts with just making that leap.
Yeah.
Why not?
If you wouldn't change a thing, then you're a successful person.
Yeah.
By all means.
That's why there's a few things I change, but I'm in the right pool. I'm swimming in the right pool. I just haven't...
Direction correct.
The direction's correct. Yeah. I'm in the pool. I've gone out of the training pool. I've taken the armbands off. I'm in the ocean, yeah? And I'm going to get to that island. I'm going to get
Honestly,
there.
congratulations. So many people are so scared to make that leap, including myself. A couple of times. It takes years.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of the imposter. It takes a lot of anxiety.
Scary.
It is scary. But there's nothing scarier than waking up being upset every day.
Yeah.
Seriously, like if you actually deep it and just hating your life.
Doing paperwork when you have ADHD.
Oh, fucking hell. That's why I got into so much debt with that franchise because I just couldn't hack up all the paperwork. It's running a business is not for me.
Yeah.
So that's why body doubling, getting a partner, asking for help. Yeah, ADHD, ask for help. Find friends, find people that will actually help you because
Honestly,
they will help you.
All my admiration.
And I try to unequivocally be myself. I don't change for most people. Sometimes I adapt. It's ADHD. You adapt to certain situations. Like, you know, today I could have played some stupid heavy metal while I was sat there and, you know, I could have sat back a bit more and been a bit more like, ugh. But there's adaptation and there's actually being yourself. Like I'm probably the same person here as I would be at home or at a certain place. I might just adapt my language slightly, but I just try to be myself, man. I like driving fast cars. I like being a fucking moron sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't like blowing up, but I do blow up sometimes. I apologize. I'm very giving, but that's not because I do it for anybody else. I like to, it feels good to give. You know, I was raised that, you know, giving is very important. So that's why off the back of this exhibition, I sold a decent amount. The rest is going to Sue Ryder charity. So hopefully, you know, something comes of that for the charity. And I just think it's time to let this one go now. And I said to myself, once this exhibition's finished, let go of it. I actually let go the day it went up. I didn't promote it. Anyone will notice I was bang on the promotion. My Instagram was like 40,000 views that week. And I was like, oh, this is great for someone that's only got 1,000 followers. I was like, oh, this is fucking great. And I was obsessing over the numbers. And I was like, if I start doing that and they start dipping, I'm going to get upset.
Yeah. Because then a number becomes the goal, not the creation.
Exactly.
After you experience that freedom, you wouldn't go back, right?
Never.
For a more structured life.
No.
Job 9 to 5.
No, never. Can't do
home. It. Yeah.
I'd rather suffer and make it work. Because it will work. Exactly. It has to work.
Yeah.
Plan B is plan A again.
I think that's kind of the most important message for everybody who's listening to this shit podcast.
yeah, literally. Listen, don't be afraid, okay? So,
yeah.
I mean, obviously, make sure you've got a good support system. Don't risk your house, okay? Like, be sensible. But if you are going to do it. Go for it. Like, jump out, fly, because some of the most glorious birds jumped out of that nest and learned to fly before they hit the floor. You just got to do it, man. Sometimes you hit the floor, though. You got to pick yourself back up, you know?
Absolutely. 2 things.
Please.
1, where can people find you? And 2, could you tell me more about this teaching project that's coming up for you?
Yes, at J from the Manor. So at JAY from the Manor. Website pending, but how long that takes, fuck knows, because ADHD and I want to do it myself. So it's like, I loathe paying someone else to do something I can do myself, but priority is very low. This project coming up, I just need to commit. Okay, so I've got lots of interest. I'm probably going to start it at the Arc. Gemma's been my biggest advocate. So I know I've done a lot of name dropping in this podcast, but Gemma from the Arc has been my fucking biggest advocate. So, you know, big heart to you. So she's absolutely killed it for me. So we'll start there, but it's going to be aimed at neurodivergence first, because there's a community I want to reach out to first, because the imposter is like, it's almost life-threatening with these people. It's very controlling, so I want to nail that. But anyone's welcome. So that will be coming before the end of the year. Okay, so if you follow me on socials.
So it's very soon.
It's very soon. I could do it tomorrow. I'm set up. I know how to do it. So what I'm probably going to do is do some market research on places in Bedford that would take me. Yeah. I'm just going to make a start, because I actually, for legal reasons, I can't carry on doing the paint classes. It's part of the clause of the old contract, but regardless, it's not going to stop me from helping people. It's going to be priced affordably. So not your 30, 40 quid for the night. It'll be £15 for a couple of hours, so that it covers the materials and just enough for me to go and get a burger on the way home, you know. But I'm not doing this for the love of that. I want to team up with some universities. So here's my outreach, please. If Bedford University College, you want to get in touch with me via my Instagram. My mobile number will be on there too. Anyone that wants to support it, basically, and collaborate and get involved to help people get over imposter syndrome, and especially teens, you know, that are otherwise not interested in other stuff and not having a great time. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't know, but I'm going to do it. I'm just going to start. It'll be messy to start off with, and we'll find off.
The same way you start painting.
I have to. I can't keep talking about it. I've talked about it twice on other podcasts now. This is the third one. I've got to fucking do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can people buy your paintings?
I hope they do. Please.
Okay.
DM me. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I've had the exhibition, I'm going to create a shop on Instagram. Yeah, and I'm
So
actually...
it's a physical thing, right?
It'll be a physical thing. I'll send it out physically. The digitals I'll never sell. It's just a personal preference. I've made them. I want to keep them. I know I bin some like real art, but I've got this weird attachment. I can't let go of the digitals right now. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I'll get there. But yeah, I'll make a shop. Please come and support me because it's all just going to go towards my daughter and her life. So some people would lie to you. It's not. It's going to be to provide a life so that she can live, freedom. And if that's not what you're into, don't buy my art.
Thanks. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank
All
you,
my
man.
admiration, honestly, for starting business and
I appreciate you.
doing such meaningful work for community and people.
Well, hopefully that it, may long it continue, and something I would really love to do, which I think you're starting anyway, which we haven't actually spoken about, but it's hosting a podcast for people of Bedford.
Yeah.
So we'll do the same thing and we'll give them a voice.
Cool.
Which is why we're here, right? Oh, thank you so much. I've been Jay from the Manor. Fucking suck your mum. That's how I do. So if you keep that in, keep it in. If not, it doesn't bother me.